right are not poisonous, but they are nesting grounds for black widows, so you might want to duck. I'm kidding. They're incredibly poisonous. That's a duck. Get more exciting on the go. So how many of you guys think it's a natural river? Show of hands. Natural river. How many think it's man-made? How many of you really don't care, to be honest? Why are you on the phone? It's a trick question. This part's man-made, but we're going to head up to the natural flow of the river. The natural flow is only about 3 to 4 feet. It starts north of here, about 5 miles north, and it runs for 138 miles south. So it's through 6 Texas counties, and it meets up with the Guadalupe. Eventually, it dumps off to the Gulf of Mexico. We're not going to go that far. It's a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
3 hours.
Over there on your right is a bronze statue of St. Anthony de Padua, patron saint of Portugal. Not the guy in the flannel. The guy with the baby. That's who we're talking about. That's St. Anthony. They gave it to us for our hemisphere in '68, the hemisphere rock. 70 million people attended, and it made the Riverwalk the #2 tourist attraction in San Antonio. Number 1, of course, would be the Alamo. And the number 3, daycare center in the mall.
Come here, get your seat. You have to be in your seat.
SeaWorld came in fourth. Now, high and to your right, you'll see a church steeple. St. Joseph's Catholic Church. It was built in 1868 by German settlers. They wanted a church where they could worship in their own language, so they built their own church. All their stained glass imported from Munich. They still hold service in German every last Sunday of the month. So if you have a yearning to hear a German sermon, be here on the last Sunday of the month. That's right, yearning for a German sermon. So that man sounds around.
I'm sorry.
It's fun to say. You can't say it in normal conversation ever. Yearning for a German sermon. It's a really nice church. You just can't see it from street level. What happened is the mall tried to buy the property from them. The church said, we're never going to sell. The mall said, it's not a problem. They bought everything around them. So the mall blocks them on all 3 sides. It's like a peninsula of mall.
Stop. Can you find a bridge?
That's a cool house.
Not so loud.
That's it. I'm getting the NyQuil out. Over here on your right is the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce has a magical message that I get to share with you. Oh, I just don't want to do it. It's not going to fly in my grass. I'll crank it up for you. You want it at 11? Because it goes to 11. All right. They make us do a message for them because I signed the contract and I didn't read it. So we'll do that right now. Hello, friends, and welcome to San Antonio. And if you guys are looking for San Antonio, this is your San Antonio Chamber of Commerce. Only we should need right at all. Let's call for the chamber. The number again, you would have a chamber. In fact, you would have a 1 TV here in San Antonio. But I'm starting your marketing. I'm going to serve right now.
Very nice.
I'm not normally that enthusiastic about things. Kids, we're going into the shallow part. It's only 3 feet here, but if you're 2'11", don't fall off. You know who you are. Now, on our left is the Hilton Palacio del Rio, which means Hilton Palacio del Rio. It means palace on the river. There it is. The Hilton's in the Guinness Book of Records for one of the fastest built modular buildings for its size. 500-room hotel put together in 202 working days. How they built it so quickly is the first 4 floors and the elevator shafts were built right here, and all the rooms were built on an assembly line 8 miles south of here. They brought the rooms in on flatbed trucks. They used 2 cranes and a helicopter to pick up the rooms, and they stacked them up like Legos. The man that built it, H.B. Zachary. H.B. Zachary told the city that he could build it faster and cheaper than anyone else, and if he didn't finish on schedule, he would charge him $1. He finished 3 days ahead of schedule. They say all the rooms are soundproof, fireproof, waterproof, and explosion-proof. I have no idea how you test explosion-proof, but that's what they told us. I stayed here last New Year's Eve and they're fireproof. The furniture's not, but the rooms are incredibly sturdy. I could never check in under my own name ever again, but it was totally worth it. If you want to see how it's put together, go on YouTube, type in Hemisphere 68. I'll show you a montage of the building being stacked up in rapid succession. No one ever checks it out, but I love saying the word montage. Every Rocky movie had a montage. Always head out to montage. Now, how many of you have read that everything in Texas is bigger? Look high and to the right. World's largest margarita mixer. Yeah, that's 900,000 gallons of margarita, only 12 steps to the top of it. That's ironic. On our left is La Vita. It means little village. It's an artisan community, with a style of Spanish soldiers and their families in the early 1700s. Led by German settlers and their families in the 1850s. 28 little shops back there. A great place to wander around and pick up some souvenirs. It's a nice place to go. In front of us is the Artisan River Theater. It's named after Edward P. Artisan. It seats 800 and hosts a variety of shows. You might recognize the stage on your right. It was the movie Miss Congeniality. They filmed the swimsuit competition right here. It's the only part of the movie I remember. Behind the stage, you'll see 5 bells, and they're for the first 5 Taco Bells. That's not true. They're for the 5 missions here. Taco Bell started in Downey, California in 1962. It cost about 12 cents. I don't know why I know that, but I do. The middle bell bears the name of Robert Hugman. He's the man that designed the Riverwalk. From the sidewalks, the waterfalls, the light fixtures, and the overhead bridges that almost decapitate the boat drivers. I get close, but I'm 5'11", so I don't worry about it. Plus, I don't wear heels to work anymore. I mean, ever. This is a fancy waterfall. We got it at Bed Bath & Beyond. Lights up, plays music. I'm going to test your eyesight, folks. Look up into the trees and find an owl. Can you find the owl? You're good. Guy in the red jacket with the white stripe found it first. Okay, it's plastic, but it's an owl. So technically, we all got it. There are real ones, but they move around a lot more. In front of us is the Presa Street Bridge. Presa means barricade or dam in Spanish. It used to be part of an aqueduct. When they tore down the aqueduct, they built the street bridge. I like this bridge because I knocked out one of my coworkers last year. He was texting in the middle of his tour and he ran right into it. Yeah, I'll show you how he did it. Don't freak out, okay? Just look back here. He had his phone out and he was looking down. And at the last minute, the only thing he heard him say was, "Oh my!" Yeah, I wasn't really going to do it. I don't know if you noticed, I have to do another one after this, so it wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, now would it? And I am a trained professional. Got a straw hat and a microphone. They don't just give you this, you have to earn it. You watch a video, and then you get your hat. Don't try it at home, kids, seriously. There's me and the Super Dave. Now, you see the big tree over here to the right? It's the only really big tree next to us. The root system of that tree makes up the island, and the island's called Marriage Island. It actually frequents 350 marriages a year on it. So romantic. My first 2 marriages were on it. You know what came in handy is divorce islands right over here. Seriously, don't step on that. You'll lose half your stuff. I've been there twice. Getting closer, right? You know how I know how close I am? You keep smiling bigger. Yeah, you don't say that, you just go. Might even nudge your friend like, look, you're missing it. No one ever says duck when you're about to hit your head, they just smile bigger. Now straight ahead is a red building with a green colored roof. It is one of my favorite buildings. I have been to that building so many times, it feels like a second home. That is the Bexar County Courthouse, yes. From 1896, it's been a red sandstone and granite, one of the oldest functioning courthouses in Texas. On your left is the Tower Life building. It's 404 feet tall. You see the gargoyles right up there? Water spouts. When it rains, water shoots out of their mouth like they're gargoyling. It's a terrible joke, but it's in the script, okay? You know what's really cool about those gargoyles? Sun goes down, they come to life and fight crime. You see the weird faces on top of the first floor? They're called grotesques. They're supposed to ward off evil spirits and promote good luck. They do nothing. The guys that built it were like, hey, we'll have good luck. No, they didn't. Building up in 1928, 1929 stock market crashed. They went bankrupt. The building was in the movie Cloak and Dagger. Eisenhower used to have an office here before he became president, and I used to work there. I was an elevator operator. Yeah, I pretty much just stood in a box for 8 hours a day. But now I drive in circles and point things out. Those dreams do come true. If you have a camera, Sam's photo you'll see all day. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, look up. Bottom of this bridge. You're welcome. How many of you have a photo of the bottom of a bridge? There might be. They hide out. If you look back, you might get hit. It happened. People say this building looks like a ship from this angle. They say it looks like the Titanic, kind of. They even say if you squint your eyes, you can see Jack up front. Never let go. It's okay if you squint your eyes. I do it too every now and then. The thing I like about the building is Bob Hope made fun of it for the longest time. He would say it was the world's largest syringe. See, some of you got the point of that right away. Some of you are really thinking, who's Bob Hope? Now, if you look under the staircase, you'll see where we hide our boats every night. Don't go in there. It looks like they filmed the first Saw movie in there. It's creepy. The last boat that goes in there, you got 5 minutes. Tie down the boat, get out. The lights go out, the alarm goes off. When you run to the door, you hear, "Do you want to play a game?" You're like, what is it? So which one of you doesn't know how to swim? Yeah. I'm assuming the girl with the purple scarf doesn't know how to swim. Just because when I ask that question, you look back, you're like, don't call on me. The reason I bring it up is now it's 20 feet deep. This is the only spot you can't stand up in. It's a flood channel. They built it because we got hit by a hurricane and floodwaters were 11 feet higher than street level. And a third of our city was underwater. So the Army Corps of Engineers built this for us, and we can drain the whole Riverwalk in only 8 hours. They do it once a year. It's really funny. People show up for a boat ride and we have no water. It's like when the Griswold got the Wally World. The park was closed. They have a mud festival, which isn't as fun as riding in the boat, I would assume, because you have to run through the mud. But the cool thing is, whatever you find, you keep. Sunglasses, car keys, wallets, strollers, purses, pictures, cash, jewelry, silverware, my name tag, whatever. We found a 10-foot snake 2 years ago. We put it back. Just want to see how big it's going to get. One day it's going to rip somebody right off the boat. I'm going to go after you because I always wanted to be Employee of the Month. Plus, I need some new business. Yeah, that's right. Now, coming up on our left is a black sign that says Main Plaza. Main Plaza is the geographical center of San Antonio. It was established 1731. If you look to your right, you'll see One Direction. Snaps. Now, if you look up the staircase, you'll actually see something historic. It's a church. St. Joseph's Catholic Church. San Fernando Cathedral, San Fernando Cathedral. It was built 1739. It's one of the oldest churches in the nation, and they still hold mass there for this very day. Come back tonight, it's lit up with lights. It really stands out. I like that church. I'll never forget it. I had my first communion there. 1739. They rode the boats back then, ladies. A 5-hour tour. Ladies, you would have loved it. The guy rowing the boat ripped. He had abs. I don't. I have like an ab. It's like one solid, continuous ab. It's like a cake instead of a six-pack, but that's how I row. I do one sit-up every morning when I get up. Now, straight ahead, there's a really big tree. They call that tree the sniper tree. Before the Battle of the Alamo, there was a guy up there with a rifle. If you look carefully, he's staring at us right now. I'm kidding, he's not up there. He's retired. But that tree is over 350 years old. It was planted on a Thursday. It's a 1 in 7 guess, I could be right. Now in front of you is Floodgate 3. Floodgate 3 works like a guillotine. The gate weighs 3 tons and it takes 15 minutes for the gate to lower. The gate's been malfunctioning for the past 3 weeks and dropping without reason. It used to be fun. When you got underneath it, there's a metal door I'm standing on. I would slam it shut and the whole boat would shake and I would laugh at you. I am not allowed to do that anymore because people get all serious and want to talk to the supervisor. Now, look to your right, and you'll see trees going out of the wall of this restaurant.
Whoa.
When the flood came through here, it buried those trees in there, and they still grow to this very day. The weird thing is the roots are on the inside, so they water the trees from the inside of the restaurant. So if you're having dinner there, there's a guy with a garden hose, like, what's up? That's the Esquire up there. Longest bar in Texas. The bar is 110 feet long, and it's the oldest bar on the Riverwalk. It opened the day after Prohibition. So they found out it was legal, and they just took down the haircuts. I was there. Pretty awesome. Howdy. Talking to you. I do that every once in a while. Ah! Didn't see that wall. alright, don't worry. We're on rails. I'm really into driving those. It's like the jungle boat. Look at just throttle up. It's all good. On your right is the Aztec Theater. How many of you guys have seen a silent movie? Wow. Okay. Oh, it used to be a silent movie theater. It opened in 1926. They remodeled it, showed silent films again. Didn't do too well, so they made it a live Western show. You know what's funny? It's called the Aztec sculpture. Now, did anybody see the movie Selena starring Jennifer Lopez? That's the bridge. They filmed it right here. They filmed part of the movie here, and because they did that, every night we get random girls up there pretending to be Selena. So if you had nothing to do later on tonight, come back and pretend to be Selena. Remember, when you're up there, it's bitty bitty bomb bomb. I did it once. I've never felt so beautiful. On your left, La Mansión. It means the mansion. Started out as Sister Mary's School for Boys. Later became Sister Mary's Academy, then Sister Mary's Law School. They moved to a new location, and in 1966, 2 law students came back, purchased the building, and made it into the hotel it is today. The hotel was rated one of the top 5 hotels in the world, and it was on the show Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous twice. It doesn't count because one episode was a rerun, but it's really cool bragging rights, so I bring it up anyway. I stayed here once. It was amazing. Took a bag of Skittles from the minibar, cost me $11. Saw a rainbow that night. It was beautiful. Now, we're going to go by an optical illusion, and I would love for you to see the illusion. So what we're going to do is everybody on the boat, look to the left and look up. The building on our left will appear to be a flat, freestanding wall. It almost looks like it's going to fall on top of us. So eyes left and straight up, right? That's the Nick's Hospital building. It was our first full-service hospital. Anything from a bandage to major surgery all at one location. Also, Charles Burnett was born at that hospital. The best thing about our hospital is a bar in the basement. X-rays and double shots. Hello, little kids waving. That's a duck, don't worry. That's a duck. It's not a rattlesnake, it was a duck. It's okay. It sounded the same though. That's a great white shark. We found that in the river 3 years ago. It was plastic when we found it. That's the Hyatt Regency in front of you. The Hyatt was built short because the Alamo's a block behind it. The Alamo's a war memorial. You don't cast a shadow onto it. So built it to a perfect height, it would never do that. On a side note, if you stay at that hotel, we can see into the windows from right here. It can be awkward. It can be amazing. It's usually awkward. A couple of days ago, this lady said, I'm staying there. I'm like, I have that. She turned really red. I'm like, oh shit. Now, kids on the boat, this is important because it concerns you. You see the pillar on the right? You're going by it? Big thing sticking all around it? If you look back at the pillar as we pass it, you'll see where the beams meet, and you'll see a hole in the beams. That's where the bats are going to come flying out of there. Yeah, they circle around for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they go after the smallest person they can find. Now, you don't have to be the fastest, you just can't be the slowest. Trip somebody and run. My father told me that when I was a child, and I still miss my brother. Yeah, he should have been faster. That's his fault. So if you guys get hungry later, this is River Square. All the restaurants have their menu up front. You can walk by and see what kind of shenanigans you get yourself into. There's a lot of food. There's rainforest, the steak place, there's Mexican food, 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 there's an Italian place, there's Mexican food. We also do ribs. On the backside of some of your tickets, there are discounts. On the backside of others, it says, ha ha ha. And one talks about Facebook, you can find a friend. But remember, the more friends we have on Facebook, the less we have in real life. By the way, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. There's a lot of food there. The smell of fajitas are in the air. You know what's weird? We have over 100 restaurants and only 2 of them serve duck. Think about it. You're outside, the waiter's like, you want to have the duck? You're like, all right. It's like, which one?
Which one? I was going to clean that off.
Now, on our right is the Clifford Building. This was the office of Robert H. Hugman. If you look carefully, you'll see his name up here on the marquee. He put his office on river level for 2 points. One, that a business can thrive on river level, and two, the true business would be safe. Nobody wanted to work on river level because every time it would rain, it would flood. Once the flood channels were put in, you really had nothing to worry about. It's kind of funny though. Sometimes you'll be at work and it starts raining really hard, and they tell you to go on standby, so you just pull over and tie down. They open up the floodgates, and the natural flow comes this way. Once they open up the gates, the water will go the opposite way. It's kind of weird to watch around here. High and to your left, there's a big orange thing on street level. It looks like a golf tee. It's actually art. It's called the Friendship Torch. It was a gift given to us from Mexico in 2002. Yay, friendship. What's really weird is the Friendship Torch sits in the middle of a 5-point intersection, so there's a lot of road rage circling it. It means more fights next to the Friendship Torch than anywhere else. Every now and then people on my road are like, I'll meet you up there. I'm like, bring it. Don't let the straw hat fool you. These dogs have no names. I let them go. I can't call them back. That's how I roll. This is my favorite spot on the river. For some strange reason, more people fall in right here than anywhere else. I don't know why it happens, but I love to be here when it does happen. None of you will fall in tonight because we're friends. We're hanging out for 20 minutes now. I got to know you. We're cool. This one night, it was beautiful. I'm doing my tour, right? 5 girls on the left. They're walking towards us, and they're arm in arm. They're BFFs. The girl in the middle trips. Domino effect. The entire team shuffled. The girl on the left became the anchor, and all you heard was splash. No one let go. They went down as a team. It's like the end of Backdrop. I'm like, no! So, ladies, if you're with a girlfriend tonight and she trips, let her go. Don't be a hero. Save yourself. Like, get off me, Brittany!
Stop it.
It's a good day for going in a circle. That's a taxi boat. They pick you up, they drop you off. There's no narrative. One-way ticket's $5, 24-hour pass is $10, and for $15, the driver will dance. That's only a sample. Yeah, when you're on taxi, you just pretty much go in a circle all day. When you're on a tour, you talk. I like talking. So if I'm on taxi, I'll talk to you anyways. He's angry, don't wave at him.
You need to look at your video when you get done.
Yeah, I'll smile like a boat waves. You know, like, so him, he's like, He didn't get his hug this morning. You. More time, you. Oh wow, there's a line over there. I'm gonna drive a slower now. Oh no, don't worry. We're not by the time I get there. Anywho, you already saw the oldest tree on the Riverwalk. If you look carefully to your right, you're gonna see the youngest tree on the Riverwalk. Yeah, that's Josh. Planted a year ago Wednesday.
Josh.
I was there at community service. I volunteered. This is Cliff. Cliff is a driver that's worked here about as long as I have. And if you look carefully at Cliff, you'll realize he looks like Biff from Back to the Future. Show him your Biffiness. Take off the glasses. Ooh, Biff. See, there it is. He doesn't like that he looks like this. Like, embrace it. Go with it. Alright, welcome to the convention center. Booked the year 2025 already, which is nice. You got a lot of conventions. Some of them are more fun than others, some of them are, you don't even know they're here. We had a GameStop convention, we never saw one person. Yeah. Hot pockets are missing, that's all we can say. I like Comic-Con because those crazy people dress up and ride the boat. I had stormtroopers on my boat. It was awesome. Pretty geeky. Sounds weird, but I like the Ballroom Association convention. people in evening gowns. You know, they're all dressed up, fancy, like you're on the Titanic. Now over here, there's a really big mosaic called Confluence of Civilization. The artist that created it was Juan O'Gorman. It's 130 feet long, 22 feet high. It's 400,000 1-inch by 1-inch tiles. They're all natural stone except for the dark blue. We couldn't find that color, so we got them at Lowe's. It depicts the coming together of two civilizations and shows a meeting in the future. In the middle is the family of the future. And in the future, clothing will be optional. It's gonna be hot. No more tan lines. Woo! Soak it up. This will not work for everyone. If you're sitting on the edge of the boat by the blue railing, do me a favor. Look over the edge and down, and you'll see something beautiful. It's your reflection. If you're sitting in the middle, you know you're good looking, and you don't need my validation, do you? That's right. When you left the hotel today, you were like, mission accomplished. Yeah. So proud of yourself. You went back inside, took a selfie, and made it your wallpaper. Hashtag delightful.
Delightful.
Now, the river used to go all the way up to the Tower of Americas, but in 1988, we had to expand the convention center, so we made this lagoon area to spin around it. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to circle on out of here. But beyond the grotto is Hemisphere Park, the Towers of Americas, and the Institute of Texan Culture. It's a nice walk. You guys get a chance to go back there, check it out. Howdy. Sleepy duck. Don't worry, they'll duck. Yeah, it's like in their DNA, they'll duck. The island on your left we're super proud of because next season Survivor will be filmed right here. That's not true. The boat's gonna shake a little bit, no reason to panic. You see the black and green rails poking out of the water? They were put here to slow us down and keep us from hitting the rocks. They work now. They didn't work the first time. The first boat that went through here sank. Yeah, they used metal spikes to hold the rails in place, and the rails drilled holes in the boat.
Nice.
The boat went down in under a minute. Yeah, there were no survivors. Everybody on the boat was 311. It was weird. It's like, oh my god! No. Little shoes everywhere. I'm glad you guys realized I was kidding. It happened like a month ago. This lady on my boat was like, oh my god, even the driver? I was like, what? I was like, oh, no. Just kidding with you. Since I've worked here, I've only been asked one really dumb question, and is the water real? Yeah, not as it is a real river, is the water real? I just didn't answer him. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you. It's ginger ale. It's from concentrate. What did you see that you're pointing out? You and the denim. We're all looking at you now. In front of us is the Marriott. The second Marriott, not this one right in front of us, but the next one's the Marriott River Center. And they really wanted to be built there, so they had to bug the hotel that was there to move. It's called the Fairmont. The Fairmont's a historical building, so they couldn't destroy it, and they just put it on air-filled tires and drove it 6 blocks. The Fairmont still works in the hospital. It's on Alamo and New Meadow Street. So the Guinness Book of Records for one of the largest buildings ever moved on street level. A 3-story hotel with 16,000 tons. What's weird is people lined the sidewalk to watch it go by. Yeah, this all happened before the internet, it's like early 80s, so it was a pretty big thing. Now behind us is a big tower. It's where the Jetsons used to live. It's the Tower of Americas. It's 700 feet tall, observation deck, cocktail lounge. There's a restaurant because people want to eat when they're out there. The restaurant does 1 revolution every hour while you eat. When it opened, it was a lot more exciting. It did 15 revolutions every hour. It's awesome, they're just cranking them out. People got sick. It was hard to get service because like the waiter would come out and you'd be in a different section. He was like, I had a party of 12 here like a second ago. It's just chaos. If you guys go up there, don't wear green. They take your photo in front of a green screen. Put you in front of the Alamo, Riverwalk, in the tower. If you wear green, you don't show up. They don't tell you that either because they want to see the look on your face when you get the photo back and you're missing. The first time I went up there, I was rocking a green hoodie. I had 4 of my friends with me and I was in the middle. I was from 2 of them, a floating face and 2 hands. It is the best photo I've taken in a while. I look super thin. I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous. Anywho, we're back, and I have to let you guys go. Oh, I know. I don't say this to anybody on my boat ever, but I do mean it when I say it to you guys. Of all the tours I've ever done, you guys by far are the most recent. Yeah, it's totally true, because it just happened. It's right on. Look around and make sure you have everything: cameras, bags, hats, glasses, phones, children. Take them with you. If you guys get home and realize something's missing, we have a website where you can find your lost items. It's ebay.com. I'm kidding, we use Craigslist, it's a lot cheaper. But thank you for visiting San Antonio and the great state of Texas. For a job well done, we do appreciate your tips. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for riding. And remember that race car, spelled backwards, is race car. Yeah, it's totally true. I was on my Snapple cap this morning. Alright, I'll tie down the boat, let you guys know when it's safe to exit. You guys rock, and so do I.
Smile, Josh.
Singing.
Yeah.
That was Wob.
Yeah. He's eating his sucker.
That was me. That was Robbie.
Uh-huh, but I have you too, see? I have you too. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.